SWAT team has just raided the home of Dale Smith Sr., the father of Michelle Parker's ex-fiance Dale Smith.
She had just made an appearance on the People's Court with her former fiance.
In 2009, Parker asked for a restraining order, claiming Smith broke out her passenger window, cursed at her, and threw car seats for their twins into the street.
The final voicemail of missing mom Michelle Parker has been released.
Good evening. I'm Nancy Grace. I want to thank you for being with us. Bombshell tonight.
As you all know, 11 days ago, Michelle Parker was reported missing. The Orlando Police Department immediately involved other law enforcement agencies, media, and the public to assist us in locating Ms. Parker. After numerous tips and investigative leads, we are officially naming Dale Smith, the ex-fiance, as the primary suspect in the disappearance of Michelle Parker. Many questions will be asked why Dale Smith wasn't considered a suspect prior to today, and the answer is we had to look at every aspect in the case before we could come out publicly and state that Mr. Smith is our primary focus.
You could have avoided this, Dale, if you had cooperated with the police and took a polygraph test when they asked you. You know, you could have eliminated a lot of stress. So, unfortunately, you brought this on yourself. We're not going to stop till we find out who did this.
Do you believe Dale Smith has lied to you?
I don't want to go into that part of the investigation. I will say that we offered him a polygraph, and he simply refused the polygraph.
Are you looking at an arrest of Dale Smith?
We are still in the investigating stage.
Joining us exclusively tonight in prime time, this is Michelle's mother. Miss Stewart, thank you for being with us.
Hey, Nancy, thank you for giving us the opportunity to keep Michelle's face out there.
Your daughter
No.
is a real go-getter. I mean, she has these children. She has a job. She has started her own business with her spray tan. And speaking of the spray tan, Miss Stewart, isn't it true that on her Hummer, her black Hummer, she had these big decals that advertised her business, did she not?
Yes, she did. It was very distinctive. Nobody
What did the
could miss that
decals
truck.
say?
It said glow in huge letters, and the letters kind of looked like diamonds. And it said mobile airbrush tanning.
Hey, Liz, take that shot in full, please, because I want to talk to Yvonne Stewart. Everybody taking your calls is Michelle's mom. When the Hummer was found in a condo complex not too far from her home, someone had very carefully removed these decals from the Hummer. She's been called the People's Court mom because literally just minutes before she goes missing, her segment on People's Court aired where she fights it out with her ex over a luxury diamond engagement ring. Out to Steve Kardian, former police detective, self-defense expert, lead instructor at Defend University. Steve, weigh in.
Nancy, we see that the purse was left behind in the car. So we know it's not a robbery. We couple that with the violent past that they had. We couple that men are, one of the most biggest fears that they have is being embarrassed in front of other men. That's accomplished too. And we see that 2/3 of the women that are killed in the United States are killed by their significant others. So I think that's going to lead us right down the path to find out who kidnapped her and not carjacked her.
You know, another interesting part, Steve Kardian, is that whoever did this took the time to scrape those giant decals off. Let's see them again, Liz, off the back of her Hummer. What about that, Steve? What carjacker, what random carjacker would take the time to do that?
No random carjacker would take the time to do that. As Pat Brown said earlier, it likely signifies that, in fact, it is someone she knows.
Because, you know, Steve, the reality is you carjack a car and you grab a woman out of the car. Who's going to take time to go over and try to scrape a decal off? Are you kidding me? That's not a random carjack.
It's not a random carjacking at all. It's a kidnapping, Nancy.